Hi, it's Diane Evans with StampinWithDiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator. So if this is your first time or you have not subscribed to my video channel, make sure that you do so below. And if you do click the bell that's right down here, what happens is you get notified every time and immediately as soon as I upload a new video. So today what I want to do is show you a card that I did for a card sketch challenge that I do every Saturday on my Facebook group. And I use the Hydrangea Haven bundle. Remember, when you do buy this bundle, you do save 10%. Now, I've used these dies and stamps there as well, but also I've used this beautiful Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper. This paper, like I say, is so pretty and it's so versatile to be able to do lots of different things with it. So this was actually the sketch challenge that I had. Whoops, it was actually this way. It was the sketch challenge that I had for last Saturday on my Stampin' with Diane page. So all those links will be down below for anything that you need, like connecting you to my blog or to my Facebook page or to my groups and that sort of stuff. All right, so let's get started. So here we are. We're going to, I'm just going to bring in a few things that I just need, and then I'll give you some measurements and all that sort of good stuff. All right, so I want to make sure I plug in my phone so that I don't lose it. All right, so this is the card that it actually turns out being, and I'm going to show you how I went about to get that effect. I have some Highland Heather. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Remember, all my measurements will be connected to a link to my blog post that I have. Scored this, like I say, at 4 1/4, and I'm just going in with my bone folder to make sure that I've got a really good crease there. Now, this is the Designer Series paper that I'm using out of this paper pack. And on the back is this beautiful piece here. So that I'm just going to lay down on this edge right here. Now, I am using just the multi-purpose liquid glue for this because I find I can get it on straighter when I'm doing a video live or when I'm doing a video than I can if I'm doing it without the camera in the way. So this allows me a tiny bit of wiggle room. Doesn't that just go gorgeous? This also looks very, very pretty when it's laid onto Misty Moonlight paper as well. Now, Purple Posy is also another color that goes with that. So I'm going to show you how I get this diagonal look on there. So I have my ruler, and I'm actually going to come down, and I am going to measure my paper. I'm going to measure it at 1 inch and 2 inch on this particular side, and I'm just putting a little dot there and one there. And then I'm also just measuring up 1 inch from this side. And like I say, when I show you how easy this is to get this diagonal, you'll be quite shocked. And then we're just going to put that right there. All right, so I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and I'll show you how this gets done. So I have that at 1 inch. So I'm just going to bring in this, and I'm going to line it up right there with that tick mark and right there with that tick mark. And then I'm actually going to bring this up so it's not, I want it kind of in the middle because I don't want it to bunch up, you know, like giving a weird edge on this side there. So let's just do this. And we're just cutting it like that. Now, I didn't really need to line that part up there, but I'm going to. Or I could line up this edge right here, right even. And that's probably the easier way of doing it. Just go back and do that again. I don't want that, like, to get that edge off of there is what the problem is. So let's just get that lined up. Like I say, it goes there, and I could go measure it that way, but it's so much easier if I just measure it with the ruler itself. Right there. On this particular trimmer anyways. So there, we're just taking that off like that. And there's our card pieces. So I'm going to lay that down there as well. And again, using the liquid multi-purpose glue. Like I say, just because I prefer my seal, basically, but when I'm on camera, I am much better with it this way. This purple posy is retiring beginning of May. So if you do like this color, make sure that you do, you order it sooner than later. As soon as they announce it, even though we all know that it's retiring, but as soon as they announce it, that's when this paper and the blends, there's no ink pad to this particular one, but all the different sort of stuff, that's what happens with that. All right, I do have a piece. I've cut this out with, I've cut it out with a piece of the Stitch Shapes dies, and I'm just going to bring in a spare piece of paper because I want to go with my Highland Heather, and I want to bring in one of these blending brushes, and I just want to kind of color it just a little bit, just to take the starkness off. It's not a lot of color to it, but it just takes this dark white off of there. And these wash out so nice. I didn't wash it from the previous color, but it didn't show on there. Beautiful colors on there. All right, so now that part is actually going to go here, but I'm going to hold off on that until I finish doing the rest of my stamping and everything else. So I'm actually going to use Gorgeous Grape, and I'm going to use it on this part right here. And this is also photopolymer. So I'm going to actually stick this underneath, and I can stamp it onto this. And this is the piece that I'm actually using to stamp this on. So I'm just going in and putting this Gorgeous Grape on this part. And then I'm just going to stamp it right like that. And then I can use the die to cut that part out. But now what I want to do is I want to clean that off. And now I want to do the leaves. And I'm going to do this, it's kind of in a two-step sort of thing. This, I don't want that to come off on there. All right, so because I'm kind of going up close to that, I think what I'll do is I'll use one of my spots. This was a blank spot. It's with Mossy Meadow. And I'm just going to use that for this part here. I use these spots. I did my own spot. I used a re-inker to do it. I use these spots when I use the Stamparatus as well. So let's just go there, get that part done. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the other stamp, which is this particular one, and see, I'll put that on a block. And I'm running out of my bigger blocks. So here we go. I'll just put it on there. And now I'm actually going to use the big stamp pad on this particular one. I could have on the other one as well. I just want a really good coverage on there. So I'm just coming in with my Mossy Meadow. And I'm just going to stamp on the inside. Now this gives a real watercolor look. And I really like how it looks. And it's a distinctive stamp as well. So let's just go here. Hopefully that's going to be even. There we go. And now I can use my dies to cut that particular piece out. So I've got this die here. And I'm going to come in with my little cut and emboss machine and cut that out there as well. And I've got it there. I did go ahead and already cut this one out, but I need to go and cut the leaves out. So I'm just going to go, I may have to cut this paper because I didn't stamp it the right way. Just going to cut this paper like so that I can get it through on my baby cut and emboss. All right, so we'll just bring that in. this way. And now we can cut this part out. Let's just move that over just a little bit. There we go. And I do have a piece of my Post-it note tape. I'm just going to put down there. And then let's just run that through. Oh, good heavens. I'm having issues getting that off. Well, that's no problem. I can just use my Take Your Pick tool. The Take Your Pick tool has lots of different uses for it. Just going to lift that off. Fairly new plate, so that's the reason why it sticks into this plate. Oops. Just move this out of the way and get my plate off. And I'll just put this, I can use this again. Maybe I won't have to. Yeah, I can use that still. And then I'm just going to go in and get rid of this stuff here. So this is going to give me a bit of a base of where to put that as well. All right, so die with that. All right, so now what I can do here is I can go ahead and I can attach that on there. Like I say, this kind of gives me something to attach it to. We're going to actually be putting this on with dimensionals, so, and we're doing something with this hydrangea as well. I love how the leaves look. To me, I just love that, how it's so uneven. Okay. So now we're actually going to put that, we're going to figure out where this is going to go, and I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. No, maybe we'll do this other part first. So what I did was, I also went and I took this die here, and I cut out this particular paper, and I cut out a whole pile of them. So I've got a bunch of little dies that are there, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach them to here. But before I do that, what I want to do is I want to take some of these, and I don't mind if they have green on them. I don't mind if they have whatever they've got on their particular flowers. And then what I'm going to do is I'm coming in with my stylus tool that's from my my scoreboard. Or you could use the other one that goes with your Take Your Pick tool, because there's ones with the Take Your Pick. And I'm not going to put these on as close as what I've done in the past with ones. I'm going to actually have them, but I want them to kind of stick up, but I'm not putting them really, really super close. So we're just going to, and you know what, I'll bring some more because I know I'm going to need more here. But it's going to be really a different, pretty hydrangea, that's for sure. I could even do purple ones too, plain purple. So I'm just going to leave that like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm coming in with my glue. Now I'm going to have to apply this glue a couple of times because it will dry by the time I finish doing this. So I've just got it going on there. And then I'm just going to pick up with some tweezers, and I'm just going to start laying these down here. And I'm not paying particular attention to the colors that there are or anything. I'm just going to put them onto this platform here, or this hydrangea. Like I say, I did one card and I put them very, very close together, but I found that you really didn't need that for the effect, this effect. So I'm going to actually... There we go. Like I say, we're just getting it so that it looks layered. I put that one there too. And then, like I say, we're going to have green in there too, and that's fine. The hydrangea, some of the leaves when they are the petals when they first come out are actually quite a yellowy green color as well, or at least that's how I remember them. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but and also your hydrangea, the color of your hydrangea depends on what's in the soil, right? If you have lime in there or whatever. So we're going to say that somebody's put a tiny bit of lime and all the different sort of stuff. No flowers are perfect anyways. Well, perfect in nature they are, but anyways, we'll put that there. Let me just go and I think I'm going to have to put some more glue on there. But I just think it gives such a pretty effect, this, just by laying these on here. And like I say, I just cut the strip, and whatever colors and petals come out is what is going on to this flower itself. There are a bunch of different hydrangeas, but oops, and we'll just get some more. And I think what I might do is try to get some more of the purple and the blue ones. So I see they're beautiful. Here we go. And you could put these inside the card. You could do them different ways as well, but it's not that many. I think there were about 4 strips of these flowers. And we need another one over here. So there we go. And there, whoops, let's just put a bit of glue there. A little tedious, but I think it's well worth to get that effect. And there's the effect right there. So it kind of, yeah, it works quite well. All right. So now I want to go put some dimensionals on there, on the back of this. Probably should have done that before I went to put these, the petals on there, but it'll be okay. There we go. And I can go and take these off. I have to take them off. Oops. Wondered if we were going to lose any of those petals. So what I'll do is I'll just go and glue that back on afterwards. There we go. All right. Don't even know where that petal came from. I'll just put a bit of glue on the back and then we'll put it on there. See, I don't know where it came from, so it'll just go there. And now what I want to do is figure out where I'm going to actually put this on here. I want to have this more in the center of this part of the circle itself, like to have the background there so that that part shows up. And then I can put this like so. So I think that's a good spot. So I'm going to also turn around and put some more dimensionals onto the back of this circle. What card wouldn't be complete without dimensionals? I'm sure anybody that follows me on YouTube knows that that's my thing, is lots of dimensionals. I think it makes or breaks the card. So let's go right about like so. And now we need to come in to do the sentiment. And I've cut the sentiment from the dies, and it's this one here. And I was going to use Gorgeous Grape on there because it'll show up. And the one I'm using is, you are capable of amazing things. Such a beautiful saying. So see if I can get that on there straight. Yep, that'll work. And then we're also going to go in with dimensionals and use those on the back side of that. Probably should let that dry a little bit. Hopefully I don't smudge that. And that's just going to go. Now I could put it on an angle. Should I put it on an angle? Or should I put it like this? I know that's what the sketch said, but I think I'm going to put it on an angle like that. And now I'm coming in with these beautiful pastel pearls that also go along with this suite. And I'm going to use, I think I'll use the Gorgeous Grape ones as well. Or I could use these ones. Well, let's use this. And use another one right here. And then, using something else from the suite, is this Gorgeous Grape ribbon. So I'm just going to quickly tie that into a bow. And you're going to see a technique that I just can't seem to get enough of. So I'm just going to do this. That's going to go onto here. So I'm actually going to shrink that ribbon up a bit. So I'm just going to use my heat tool. And it's just going to shrink it up, and it's going, whoops, what I should have done. And I'm leaving that running because I want to make sure it's good and hot. There we go. I'm just shrinking this ribbon up, just to give a bit of a different look to the bow. I can't seem to stop doing this technique, but if it is ribbon that is a synthetic ribbon, this looks really cool with the ribbon. And no two bows look the same is what happens. So now what I can do is I can go ahead and attach that with my glue dots. So remember, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure that you do. Also, give me the thumbs up or make a comment. I really do appreciate it. I do go into my YouTube channel very frequently. And let's see, do I want it that way or that way? This is the back. And also, if you do live in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. I have a host code. Here's my host code. And by using the host code, I have a very generous reward program. I also give away tutorials. And at the moment right now, I'm giving away 2 tutorials a month. That may change. I don't know. But yeah, if you you do buy from me and you are in Canada, the reward program is very, very generous. So I hope you enjoyed that. And if you have any questions, like I say, just leave a question or the comment below. But anyways, have a great day. Bye for now.